When I was debugging encrypted network tunnels as a senior software engineer, we had a saying: if somebody wanted access to your data that bad, they would just make it illegal to hide. Now, unfortunately, the government have taken that way too literally. Here's what's actually happening. Governments all around the world are tightening the noose on VPNs, the very tools designed to protect your privacy. Now, if you've ever used one to access Netflix or just to shield your browsing data, then this affects you directly. Today we're going to trace down how this global crackdown started, how national security and protecting the children are their new favorite excuses, because if we don't pay attention, now privacy is quietly becoming illegal and will continue to do so. So getting into it, governments say VPNs allow criminals to hide. You know what else allows criminals to hide? Money, which many people in government have. However, they also protect journalists, they protect dissidents, and they protect regular people like you and me who just don't want to be data harvested. You may not know this, but India now requires VPN companies to log data for 5 years and hand it over when requested. Russia and China have outright banned VPNs, and France is exploring tracking users' encrypted data. But that's just the surface. Now, ultimately, this isn't about safety. This is about control. Some of you won't know what happens when you actually use a VPN, so let me take you through it. When you connect to a VPN, all your data gets encrypted and funneled through a single tunnel. That goes to your internet provider, or that goes to whoever's looking at it, like your government, but essentially it's a black box. They can't see what's going on inside. They can see that you're online, but not what you're doing. Now, obviously this gets way more technical, but I'm keeping it brief. So why is that such a big problem for government and surveillance agencies? Well, the government was supposed to be this great information tool. I mean, let's face it, it's the greatest mass surveillance tool ever created. Millions of people giving away all their metadata, all their information, their locations, their friends, their families, all away for free. But now we're in the age of encryption. When people are becoming more aware, they're using VPNs, they're using more encrypted apps, and this causes a problem for those very agencies and governments. So what are they doing? They are rewriting laws. They are taking away your ability to encrypt data like VPNs, or they are requesting specific backdoors like they have done with Apple so that they can break into your data themselves. Going back to 2023, the UK Safety Online Bill tried to force companies like Signal to scan messages for harmful content. But that's not safety. That's intrusive. They wanted to read your messages before you sent them. And where it gets properly mental, the same governments that are incapable of stopping cyber attacks and breaches want access to your data. Now, VPN bans are almost always backed by government-approved VPNs, meaning that they can own and monitor your network and your traffic and your data. For example, Russia's Ministry of Digital Development literally publishes a whitelist of legal VPN providers. If that doesn't worry you, what will? Meanwhile, Western intelligence agencies are quietly funding network monitoring tech that can detect VPN usage patterns. What does that mean in layman's terms? They are building a digital speed camera for your internet. They say it's about catching criminals, but here's the thing. For every criminal they may catch, they are taking in millions of data points from regular people like you and me. That's not policing, that's profiling at scale. And here's an even bigger kicker. Every new law framed as anti-terror or protecting the children ends up being used for tax enforcement, copyright policing, or political surveillance. Now, of course, governments will say, we're not banning privacy, we're just regulating it. And look, I get it, criminals do exploit VPNs, but criminals will exploit anything. That's why they are criminals. But here's what the government and agencies are not telling you. Every backdoor that they demand to a tech company or to a set of data weakens that level of encryption. That level of encryption may protect your banking data, it may protect your medical data, it may be the messages that you are sending or pictures of your kids to your friends and family. Now, most policymakers absolutely do not understand technology or VPNs, so me trying to reach out to them obviously results in absolutely nothing. So what does it actually mean for you if VPNs get restricted? Your online privacy becomes a privilege, not a right. Every connection, transaction, or opinion you post online could get logged, indexed, and stored indefinitely. And this isn't isolated. This is part of a larger pattern where states and corporations merge interests around data visibility. But here's the thing, encryption itself isn't illegal. Not right now anyway. Open source VPNs, decentralized tools like WireGuard, and privacy communities are still fighting back, including people like myself. The more we understand about the freedoms they're trying to take away, the more we can keep fighting back. They may have the money, but we have the numbers. Now, I don't need to tell you that videos like this get heavily censored in the algorithm. So if you do see this video, please like and subscribe as I bring more senior software engineer explains digital content around policy, tech,